Did you know that brown eggs cost more than white eggs? Do you know why? Let's talk about the economics of brown and white eggs. Hey, it's Craig and welcome to the Econ of. When you think of an egg, you probably think of a white egg. But why not brown eggs? It's not just a recent phenomenon. White eggs have been more popular than brown eggs for a long time. What's the difference between white and brown eggs? Well, one's white and the other's brown. That's it. That's the only difference. They have the same nutritional quality, they have the same flavor, they have the same cooking characteristics. The only difference is the shell color. In fact, when you open one up and you look inside, you can see that the brown egg shell on the inside is white. That's because when the brown egg is made inside the hen, the pigment is just put over the top of the egg and doesn't penetrate inside the shell. So the only difference is the shell color. They are perfect substitutes. Yet at the store, brown eggs cost more. To develop good economic thinking, a good place to start is to ask, why is that the price? That's what got me into doing this video, because I saw the price difference between white and brown eggs. And I asked myself, if they're functionally the same thing, why are their prices different? To explain the answer, it helps to think of traveling. Producers look at perfect substitutes like a travel destination with two routes. At the destination, there's a reward. That's the egg's price. The producer not only wants to get to the destination, he wants to get there at the lowest cost. Since both routes end in the same destination and receive the same reward, he will always take the lower cost route. Now to consumers, brown eggs and white eggs are perfect substitutes. They're interchangeable, so they're competing with each other. And consumers will not pay more for a brown egg than a white egg. They'll pay the same price. And if producers get the same price for each egg, then they'll produce the one that is the lower cost. It turns out, white eggs are cheaper to make. In general, white hens produce white eggs and brown hens produce brown eggs. I know this isn't actually the rule, but let's use it for now. Hens that produce brown eggs require more food, about 10% more. That means brown eggs cost about 10% more to produce. As long as white and brown eggs are interchangeable, they'll get the same price in the market. And if they are getting the same price, then a brown egg is 10% less profitable than the white. Thus, profit-maximizing producers prefer to supply white eggs. It's easy to see that this is the case when we look at the entire egg market. 90% of eggs consumed in the United States are white eggs. Brown eggs only have 10% of that market. If the profit maximizing explanation is correct, why do brown eggs still have 10% of the market? To explain this, we have to think not just of the supply of eggs, but we have to think of the demand. Because there's no difference between the two eggs, most people will take whichever egg is cheapest, generally white eggs. But because some people think brown eggs have better nutrients, despite all the evidence that they are exactly the same, they prefer brown eggs and are willing to pay a premium for them. The premium is like putting a little bit more money on that longer route. You have to pay that premium to induce people to take it. The same thing is for brown eggs. To get people to pay the higher cost to feed those hens, you have to pay them more to produce those eggs. Something as simple as which eggs we eat is affected by economic forces. So the next time you're loading up your refrigerator, remember, there's economics in there. If you're interested in more videos on economics, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're interested in more information on the economics of eggs, I've put a link in the description to my blog where I put a list of resources there. There's an interesting discussion on the blog about one of the regions in the United States where brown eggs are actually 50% of their consumption. I'm Craig, and thanks for watching the Econ of.